What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a huge topic that's all over the internet, Yellowstone. You've probably seen the headlines, right? Yellowstone is about to blow. Supervolcano eruption imminent. It sounds like something straight out of a disaster movie. But what's the real story? Is this iconic national park a ticking time bomb? Or is there something else going on? Let's dive in and separate the fact from the fiction. First, let's get one thing straight. Yellowstone is a supervolcano. That part is absolutely true. It's not just a mountain that spits lava, it's a massive volcanic system simmering beneath the ground. Its last super-eruption was about 631,000 years ago, and it was an event on a scale that's hard to even imagine. It blasted so much ash into the atmosphere that it would have caused a global volcanic winter. So, when people get nervous about it erupting again, it's not totally out of nowhere. The potential is real. But here's the key question. Is it going to happen anytime soon? When you see videos online showing steam blasting out of the ground or new cracks appearing, it's easy to jump to the conclusion that the big one is coming. You see a headline like "Yellowstone is broken," and your mind immediately goes to catastrophe. But the reality is far more interesting and way less terrifying. What you're actually seeing are the park's geothermal features doing what they've always done. Think of Yellowstone as a giant pressure cooker. Deep underground, there's a massive chamber of magma, super hot molten rock. This magma heats up the rock and water above it. That water has to go somewhere, right? It builds up immense pressure and finds its way to the surface through a network of cracks and fissures in the Earth's crust. This is the plumbing system of Yellowstone. So when you see Old Faithful erupting or steam pouring from a fumarole, you're not witnessing the volcano about to blow. You're seeing the volcano letting off steam, literally. These geysers, hot springs, and steam vents are like the safety valves on that pressure cooker. They are constantly releasing heat and pressure from the magma chamber below. In a way, these features are what keep Yellowstone stable. If this pressure didn't have a way to escape, then we might have a problem. Now, let's talk about those cracks and broken ground you see in those alarming videos. A great example happened a few years ago. There was a section of road in the park that started to melt and buckle. The internet went wild, claiming the magma was rising and about to breach the surface. But geologists who actually study the park for a living explained what was really happening. An existing geothermal area, full of hot steam and acidic gases, had shifted its activity slightly underground. This intense heat basically started cooking the road from below, turning the asphalt into a gooey mess. It wasn't a sign of an impending eruption. It was a sign of the park's dynamic plumbing system at work. They just had to close the road, let the ground cool, and rebuild it. It's a maintenance issue, not an apocalypse. The same goes for earthquakes. Yellowstone experiences thousands of earthquakes every year. Most are too small for us to even feel. These are called earthquake swarms, and they sound scary, but they are a normal part of life in a volcanically active area. The ground is constantly shifting and settling as magma and hot water move around beneath the surface. It's the earth stretching and groaning, not screaming in its final moments. Scientists at the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory monitor this activity 24/7. They have an array of seismometers, GPS stations, and other sensors. If something truly unusual were to happen, like the ground starting to deform rapidly or a different type of earthquake pattern emerging, they would be the first to know and they would be the first to tell us. So how likely is another super-eruption? According to the US Geological Survey, the probability of a super-eruption in any given year is about 1 in 730,000. To put that in perspective, you have a much higher chance of being struck by lightning. While it's not zero, it's incredibly low. Scientists believe that before a massive eruption, there would be very clear signs for weeks, months, or even years beforehand. We're talking intense earthquake swarms unlike any we see now, and significant ground uplift across the entire caldera, changes so big you could see them from space. We are not seeing any of those signs. What is far more likely to happen at Yellowstone are smaller events. The most common type of eruption is actually a lava flow. These have happened many times since the last super-eruption, and while they would certainly change the landscape within the park, They are not world-altering events. Another possibility is a hydrothermal explosion. This is when underground water flashes to steam with incredible force, creating a crater. These can be dangerous if you're standing right there, but they are localized events. A hydrothermal explosion in a geyser basin is not going to trigger the supervolcano. The broken truth of Yellowstone isn't that the volcano is about to shatter the world. It's that the ground itself is a complex, fractured, and dynamic system of natural plumbing. These fractures are what allow the volcano to breathe. The steam vents, the bubbling mud pots, and the majestic geysers are all signs of a healthy, living volcanic system, not one on the brink of death and destruction. They are the reason Yellowstone is such a unique and mesmerizing place. They are the evidence of the immense power sleeping below, but they are also the very things that keep that power in check. So the next time you see a frantic video about Yellowstone, take a deep breath. Remember the pressure cooker analogy. The steam you see is the system releasing pressure safely. The ground isn't broken in a catastrophic way. It's intricately cracked and plumbed, allowing it to manage the incredible heat from below. The real story of Yellowstone is not one of impending doom, but of a powerful and beautiful natural process that has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years and will likely continue for thousands more. It's a place to be respected, not feared. Thanks for sticking with me to get the real science behind the headlines. I hope this cleared things up and gave you a new appreciation for the incredible geology of Yellowstone. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, do me a favor and hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. Let me know in the comments what other science myths you want me to tackle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.